like you usually do.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Game week, so ready to roll. I'll take any questions you have.
Why'd you choose Tanner Mangum as the starting quarterback?
He deserved it. He won the starting spot. Opportunity for our guys to compete in every position. Felt like the best and won the spot.
What did you like about him in the final weeks?
There was a huge sense of urgency that he knew he had to compete for the spot. You saw his body, change his body, and that's just not the only thing he changed. He prepared himself in a lot of different areas to be the quarterback, and the competition was really more on how ready Zach was. You know, I think rather than, it's not that we weren't sure who was going to be the guy. We just felt like there were two guys that did, and we felt that Tanner had earned the starting spot. But we feel really pleased with the progress that we saw in Zach. And then talking about the quarterback position as a whole, really excited. Jaron Hall, I did not think he could do so well being so late off his mission, you know. And Joe continues to improve. But we have young guys. There's guys like Stacy Connor and Bitter, Romney, that are really athletic, that are still freshman guys. So it gives us a good look on the scout team, and I'm really pleased with that position group.
So the decision finally come on Friday, or was it decided before then?
We wanted to go through the Thursday scrimmage first, yeah, and then wanted to notify our players and our team and kind of let them know how things are going in all our positions, not just that one. Kind of see who we have our depth chart and the way it is, but we also that's just the guys that are taking the first snap of the game. We plan on getting our depth better, and we're going to need more than 11 guys to win games on both sides of the ball and on special teams. And so we felt like we accomplished a lot in the offseason and in fall camp to get us as game ready as possible. And I'm really pleased with the staff and really pleased with our players and how hard they worked.
Does the team buy into that concept of needing lots of guys to be on the field, whether they're the starter or not, or is there still a status for being the number one guy on the field?
No, I mean, I think everyone bought into it. The way the game goes now, it's different with the tempo. You have to use more guys on defense than normal. And in the past, you didn't have these crazy substitution changes because people were huddling, you know, and the game's a lot quicker now. And with the success that we saw from the teams that went fast, I think Oregon comes to mind right away. And so a lot of people are pushing the envelope with the timing, and so you have to use more people. And offensively, with the different sets that you're seeing with formations and personnel, I think it's just the way the game of football is moving, and there's a lot more people that need to contribute, and I think it's good for the game. But competition-wise, I think everyone knows the fact that there's going to be more than just the starters that have to play, and that's just the game of football. There's a starter, and then there's a bunch of people that complement it, and sometimes guys get more reps than others, but in order for us to compete and get the guys that need to be starters, you have to have that competition and have to have them earn it. And I'm glad with what we accomplished this year.
Were you pleased with the competition that you saw out of camp? Because for all the talk of how everybody's competing, there was a surprisingly little amount of kind of those oars on the 2D. I think when it was.
Oh, there's still a lot of them. I mean, felt bad for Addison Pulsifer because he's the only that didn't have an oar in the tight end group. So there's enough of that. But I don't think we didn't put all our personnel sets there too. You know, we didn't put all our groups that are going to be on the field. But for the most part, if it's base, that's what you're going to see. You know, but that doesn't mean that it's limited to those positions. So I don't know if did I answer your question right or.
Well, just that, and then the extra competition. Did it kind of not only set the 2D, but also kind of make the ones all around have to work that much harder, the twos have to work that much harder, that kind of thing?
I think it elevated everyone's play. I mean, I think you heard players mention we played more football this off season and this camp than ever before, and more live reps than I've seen in a fall camp. And so I think we played football, and the best guys performed. You know, but I saw a lot of improvement with playing football. I like this format. I think I'm going to keep it. You know, and I just think that I saw a lot of guys get better, but more than anything, I saw that in the younger guys, the 3s and 4s, they elevated their game a lot more. So I guess it's true, if you want to get better at football, you should probably play the game and not just do drills.
18 captains named. Why so many?
Yeah, I went through it, and I keep thinking of Coach Leach when he talked about winning the coin toss, and I just keep thinking that there's got to be a role for the captains, and everyone has these leadership committees or groups, and we do too. We'll add 8 more in our leadership group, but I think for me as a captain, I needed to have specific roles and responsibilities for each one of them, and it exceeded more than just 4 guys. I thought it was good for us to get 8, and the way our players voted, those are the 8 that got significantly the most number of votes, so I just figured if we looked at our responsibilities and the things that I'm asking our captains to do, it's more than just the coin toss. There's going to be a lot involved with it, and more than anything, I'm asking them as leaders to serve the team and be there rather than just be a coin toss guy. So, but it just works out having 4 on each side, and the way the voting worked, that we'll have 4 guys rotate the coin toss, and then the other 4 will be in the locker room with our team as we get ready to take the field.
How do you talk to the guy 3 years ago? No way, he'll look team captain. But can you maybe speak to his progress to where he can be elevated, to where teammates trust him and he can be one of those guys?
Teammates recognize people that sacrifice and work hard, and I think same goes for Sione. And I think he's grown up quite a bit, and he has wonderful people in his life, including his wife, and so I think that has had some good influences on him, and been proud of him, the way he's worked. He's always loved the game of football, but I think he's starting to relish the role of being a starter and being a leader, and I think that's helped him become more accountable to his teammates and more vocal and he's not a vocal guy, but you're seeing it a lot more this year than you have before.
How do you think Coach Grimes and his staff did in their first fall camp as a group?
Good. I mean, we'll find out, but from what the things that we talked about accomplishing, we did it all. So I'm sitting here really excited on Monday, knowing that the game is right around the corner, and pleased with what I've seen from the players, because that's what I judge the coaches on how well their players are coached and how they represent their coaching style and what they know about the game of football. So, from what I've seen so far, scrimmages, practices, and everything, they've done a great job of coaching these young men, and we'll get to the games and see how it plays out. But if everything's going with the formula and what I've seen, it should work out really well.
When you have to wait so long from the last game of the previous season to the first game of the new season, what's it like to be finally here at game week, knowing that you'll be playing a game in less than 7 days?
Yeah, we're ready to go. I think these guys are ready to compete, and they worked hard in the off season. I've made the statement. I think these guys have worked harder than anybody else, and so we'll find out how it's shown on game day. But everyone knows that this is kind of the week we've been waiting for. Surprisingly, not a lot of fights in the last couple of practices, because they know that there's an opponent right around the corner, and our focus has shifted completely to Arizona. And so less than a week away, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see our guys go.
Could you talk a little bit about how unique these opening games are? And then this one is especially so because new coaches on their side, new coaches on your side. But opening games are always a surprise. Could you talk about how if they do this, we'll have to do this, and we're expecting this, but they don't do that? Yeah,
I mean, that's part of scouting and seeing your opponents. But there's a lot of we're really familiar with their group. I mean, we've known Coach Sumlin for a while in places that he's been. And so we know the success that he's had as a coach, but going to his coordinators, Marcel Yates and Noel Mazzoni, are good coaches and been around both of them, and so we're really familiar with those guys. And they have a great staff and great reputation, and we're honored to play against them, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's really not going to be up to the coaches. The players will prepare them, and we're coaching them and getting them ready. But on Saturday, the players have to go out and execute. And as much as I want to play on Saturday, I'm probably only good for 1.5 plays right now, but I'm excited that our guys can go, and the coaches will have to take a back seat and watch the boys play, and that's the fun part about this game.
You've gotten advanced work on Arizona. Is there more to him than Khalil Tate, or is he the key?
No, they've got tons of athletes. You know, they have 85 scholarships too, and they've done well recruiting, and they're a school that's had success and has tradition. So, you know, they have a big time program, and we're excited to go play them there in their home. I think we'll have some good support there, so it'll be fun. We had good support last time we played them on a neutral site in Phoenix, at University of Phoenix Stadium, and now it'll be not as neutral, but I think we'll have good representation. Our guys, it's close. Our guys are going to have family members there, and it's going to be on TV, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
What are your expectations of the offense, game one, and what do you hope to see out of this group?
Oh, let's just compete and play and see what happens. I mean, it's easier for me to tell you a week from now what I think about the game, but I just expect them to do what they've been doing all fall camp and all spring ball, and the way it was trending, I think it's going to be really good. We'll just see, if we can show it on game day. That's going to be the key. We simulated as much as we can, and now the real deal's up, and be ready to roll. But I'm not going to do any judgments or expectations. Our players already know it, and we have high expectations of ourselves. I'm not going to make any statements now. We just want to win the game, and it's going to take all three phases: defense, offense, and special teams.
Has there been any athletes that have maybe late entrants on the roster, maybe somebody like Wayne Kirby or others that might be working?
Yeah, that's always part of the deal here, trying to get – there's a lot of different reasons why someone's not participating right away, and probably too much to go into it. If you look at the common ones are either behavior, academics, or injury, and so it's probably too hard for me to go by them all one by one, but if they show up on game day, then they'll be ready to play.
Would you anticipate you will have some new faces?
I anticipate it, yeah.
Old faces that can turn up.
Mm-hmm.
Health-wise, Bo Hodge, is he still on track? Otherwise, you healthy?
Yeah, it's hard for me to talk about we have guys that are banged up. The ones that I mentioned are the only ones that are out for an extended period of time. That's Kujay, Tapasoa, and Trevon Green, right? So other than that, yeah, we're hoping, and we'll see. It's hard for me to really tell you on Monday if it's going to happen. We still have a few more days, so ask me on Thursday. Do we have media on Thursday, Brett? Ask me on Thursday, and we'll see.
As far as defending Tate, what have you seen on film, and can you just speak to the challenges?
Really good athlete. I mean, I think he's last year he just used his legs a lot more, but he can throw the ball. He's got a strong arm, and I'm more impressed with what he does as an athlete. He'll just do whatever it takes to make plays and win games. And you saw when he was thrust into the spotlight, he was able to take advantage of it. And so we've seen a lot of great players. He just fits in the mold of another one, So it'll be a great challenge for our defense. He's got a lot of skill. He's really comfortable running the ball, and I think with Coach Mazzoni and with Coach Sumner, I think he'll be comfortable in the pocket as a quarterback as well.
At the risk of asking you to make a statement, can you assure fans that this product, this BYU team, is better than last year's?
We'll have to ask at the end of the year. Yeah, but I anticipate it will be. We've done a lot of different things to get ready for this moment, and I'm not really nervous right now. So we'll see what happens. But I love our fans. Appreciate their support. I know they have high expectations, and my job as a coach is to meet them.
When you've had all the success that both quarterbacks had during camp, how much harder does it make a decision if one guy or another is struggling, not injury related necessarily, but having a rough go, and as when to make that decision? Hey, we've got to do what's best for the team and make a switch.
Well, in all the positions, it all depends on a variety of things, and so health or performance is something as well. But I don't want guys having to look over their shoulders all the time. I don't think you can play loose. I mean, if you're under those circumstances, So we trust our guys to compete, and we hope they perform when the time comes. But we can make adjustments if we need to. But I don't want our guys feeling nervous that if they make a mistake, they're out. And so mistakes happen in the game. I haven't seen anyone play a perfect game yet, or a team play a perfect game. We're looking to do that, and when we get there, then you guys won't even ask me any questions. You'll see it all on film. So that's the goal. We hope we get this to that moment. But
Last couple questions.
just really happy with the way our guys competing, and I anticipate them doing well on Saturday. Cool.
As far as
Okay.
Darius McFarland, we
Mhm.
all of a sudden fullback. Can you kind of tell us how that transpired?
Yeah, he got home from his mission, and we planned on him playing D end, and he was doing well there. But we're loaded at D end right now, and he's really athletic. And you remember him at Box Elder High? He played running back and tight end. He did a lot of stuff, and we would be asking him to gain more weight right now. And I think naturally he fits a good fullback body, and he can, just be his natural weight. But he has great hands for a big guy, and I'm always looking for good fullbacks, And I think he's got a good nasty streak in him, and I think he fits really well for what we're trying to do. It's just a matter of him trying to learn as much offense as possible. Will he be ready to play this week? I don't know, but he's got a great one to learn from in front of him, and I think Braden O'Backery's got all the tools for a fullback, even at the next level, and I hope that Darius can learn from him.
Last question?
No? Tanner's way better looking without the mustache, just so you guys know. Oh, sorry, Kitty. Kitty too.
No worries, man.
Yeah.
That's the general rule usually.
Well, Tanner, congratulations on the starting role. How did you react to that? What was your feelings about given this opportunity to start this season?
Well, it's been a long past year. At the end of last season with the injury, there were times where I doubted myself a little bit. Wasn't sure what was going to happen, and it was thinking forward to this point wasn't really in my mind. I was just trying to focus on getting healthy. And then just throughout the whole injury process, I just was motivated to keep working so that I could get healthy and be able to play. And just trying to take things one day at a time and not get ahead of myself and just focus on what I could control. And then took that same mental attitude into fall camp and just try to take it one day at a time, do my best each and every day, not worry about the position battle or trying to force it or win the spot. Just do my best each day and then let things take care of itself. And so when they told me, it just made me think a lot. It just made me reflect, on the journey that I've been on, and it's been a wild ride, a lot of ups and downs, and so I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to be able to play, to be able to have this chance to finish out my senior year on a high note. And we've been working really hard as a team to get ourselves ready, to get ourselves in the right frame of mind and the right physical stature to be able to come out and have a good season. And so, like I said, I'm just thankful for this opportunity to play. It's been a tough ride, with the injuries and setbacks and everything. But now to be able to come out and play football is a big blessing and something that I want to take advantage of and just enjoy and make the most of.
You talk about the hunger that seniors get about finishing strong, going to a bowl game, those important things that seniors really have, maybe different than other players.
Yeah, I remember being a freshman in 2015 and seeing the seniors and just seeing how how passionate they were, and I looked up to them so much, for their maturity, for their leadership, and also just for their desire to work hard and play hard and finish their careers strong. And it was always a goal of mine to help them finish strong. And same in 2016 and then last year as well. You want to finish strong. You want to give those seniors the best opportunity that we can get. And so now to be in this position it's a little weird. It's gone by fast. Here I am approaching my senior year, and now I have that same attitude. I want to finish strong and do the best I can to go out on a high note. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. We've got a good group of seniors, good group of leaders who have been pushing our team to get better, to work harder, and to approach this season with an attitude of toughness and resilience, and I'm excited to get going. I think it's that time now. It's game week and everyone's pumped now. It's the best time of year, and we're just excited for this opportunity to finish finish our careers on a high note.
What does it mean to be voted a captain? And when you look at the other, I guess 7 guys on that list.
Well, it's an honor. It's definitely humbling to be voted by my peers and teammates and to be considered a captain. It's definitely an honor. And you look at the group of guys that are on that list. I've known a lot of them for a long time. Butch and Austin Hoyt and Braden Albacri and I are all from the same class, recruiting class, and we've gone through a lot together. Corbin's been here a long time. Sione as well. I was talking to Sione the other day. I remember in 2015, I was fresh off my mission, and he was here, and I remember, I remember he picked me off in one of our practices in my first fall camp, and I just remember thinking, like, man, this guy's good, and he's only a freshman. Here he is, a senior, and it's cool to see our unique journeys. We've all gone through different things. We've had our fair share of highs and lows, ups and downs, but that's prepared us to be leaders. It's helped us gain experience, gain wisdom, maturity, and now it's our opportunity to help this team and to be leaders and to to set an example more than anything. We don't have to change who we are, change our personalities, just be ourselves, but more than anything, let our example guide and let our example do the talking.
Tanner, because you're a senior, started a lot of games, how did you avoid feeling entitled to this role that you got? I've never heard you say that you kind of deserve this.
I never felt that way. I think just because you have to earn it every day. Especially after last season where I didn't play well. I didn't play my best, and I think it would be foolish of me to think that I deserve it, because I definitely didn't play well enough to show that I was deserving of it. I knew I had to come back and show what I was capable of. I knew I had to improve my play and get better, and that's how I have to approach it every day. We've got a lot of good talent, a lot of good players here. Zach's an incredible player, really good quarterback, and if I were to think that I deserved it just because I was older or had more experience, that'd be a mistake on my part. So football is a meritocracy. You got to earn it, and it's not always fair. But you just have to come in and do your best every day in practice and show the coaches, show your team that you're earning it. And that's just kind of the attitude I took all year long. Is just to stay low, come in every day, work, get better, and then by doing that I can earn it and show that I'm capable of playing better and starting and leading this team.
How is the the off season, the player run practices, fall camp? How has all of that prepared you guys to hit the ground running in Tucson this week?
It's man, the year that we go through, it's weird. Sometimes it's a blur. Winter conditioning is just a grind. It's a no football whatsoever. You're hardly doing anything football related, but you're physically getting in better shape. You're getting stronger. You're getting healthier. You're getting faster. And then you hit spring ball, and that's fun because you get to play football again. And with this year's spring ball, it was a lot of learning. We had to learn a new offense, pick up a new scheme, and that takes time, that takes effort, and so that was a grind. And then spring, summer, it's on us to really come together and work hard and make sure that we get ourselves ready for the season. And I thought we did a great job of just staying at it every day. We'd work out, we'd lift, we'd run, and then we'd go out and do PRPs, just going over our plays, going over the offense. And sometimes it gets tiring and it can be a grind, but we know that's what it takes. We know we have to put in that extra work. We have to go watch extra film and make sure that we're doing those little things that will set us up for success. And then here we are after a good fall camp, and it's all paying off. It's all coming together, and we're excited to get going and see that hard work continue to pay off.
Tanner, you guys kind of switch things up. Coaches wanted to do a lot of teamwork, 11 on 11 in practices, and use a lot of time to do that, actually playing football. Have you noticed a difference in the offense and how
Yeah,
much they do?
you know, it's been a really fun fall camp because it's been fairly different in that sense. With just a lot of teamwork, a lot of 11 on 11 full speed drills, which is fun because whenever we do that, it's competitive. You know, our starters are going against their starters, and it's high tempo, high intensity, and that helps us. The more reps that we can get of that, the better, especially with the new offense, helping us get reps, get more familiar with it in a high-speed setting is very beneficial. And I've seen it, you know, just from thinking from spring ball to day one of fall camp to where we are now, just big steps of improvement and progress. And so, you know, I'm thankful for our coaches for seeing that, making that change, making that that little adjustment just to get us some more team reps has been really helpful overall, and I think it's prepared us for this upcoming week.
You guys have gotten some advanced work just getting on the Arizona film. What do you make of their defense?
Well, Arizona's a good team, very athletic, good secondary. You know, they've got some dudes on that team, and so you know we've definitely been looking at them and seeing what they do, and you know you have to give them a lot of credit. They're a good team, and you know it makes us excited. It lets us know that we you know it's going to be a great challenge. So we got to be in our A game, but we're excited and looking forward to it.
What's it like just being in a situation, you've been very high on Zach every time we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And on the one hand, there's a benefit there, you know, if you get hurt, like has happened in the
Mm-hmm.
past, you've got him there to back you up. But on the flip side, if there's tough times or if there's some struggles, he's not too far behind, and there might
Mhm.
have to be a choice made at that point. What's that balance like of having both of you be capable like that?
Yeah, but I think you have to look at it from a team aspect. We're on the same team, we're teammates, and the more good, talented players you have, the better. And so it's great having a guy like that right there. You know, it helps your team, and he's been you know, a tremendous competitor, teammate, and so that's football. You know, you want that. You don't want there to be a big drop off between guys, and we've both handled it very maturely, and we understand it's all about the team. You know, whatever we can do to help this team win games and be successful, that's all we care about. And so I think we've you know, we understand that we can't worry about individual accolades or individual success. You just got to look at it from a team perspective and just do what's best for the team, both of us.
Has there been an offensive identity merge through fall? I mean, do you have an idea of kind of what you want it to be, and are you starting to see that?
You know, Coach Grimes really preaches execution. You know, we want to be the best executing team in the country, and you know we've got a lot of different moving parts to our offense that we have to execute with extreme attention to detail, and I think it's showing, and we've got to prove that this season, but we want to be a team that executes, that plays smart, that plays tough, that takes care of the ball, and we've been seeing that this fall camp, but you know, fall camp doesn't mean anything. You know, once you get into the season, you got to put it on the field and put it on film, and but coaches have been really preaching that, and we've taken it to heart, and so that's how we want to be. We want to be a tough, smart, executing team.
Any other questions?
Can you compare, a year ago you were the starter this time of year to now? Is there a difference in the feeling going into the season opener?
I mean, there's the same excitement, the same you know, anxiety of just the excitement of, you know, of starting a new season. But I think last year taught me a lot, and I think you know, this whole year with my recovery process and the injury and everything, I don't know, it's humbled me a little bit, matured. I think I've matured. I'm playing a little bit with more of a chip on my shoulder. You know, more than anything, just proving to myself. This year has taught me that I can overcome hard things, and I can push through doubt. I can push through fear, and And so it's just, and I think more also this year I feel way more thankful to be in this position. You know, I'm not taking it for granted because I know how quickly it can be taken away, and I'm just really appreciative of this chance to be on this team, to be with these guys, to have one more shot at it. It's something that I'm really, really thankful for, and I think that's something that I want to enjoy and make the most of this year.
Anything else?
How much weight did you lose with the stash?
Good question. Probably not enough.
Thanks, Tanner.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, sir.
Questions for Corbin?
Thoughts on being a captain?
You know, I'm just excited for the season, so it's fun because I just get to interact with the guys more.
How different is it to have this many captains? Just, I mean, the responsibility spread out over a lot of guys this year.
I kind of like it. You know, there's just so many guys on the team, and with only a few captains, you know, they do a good job. There's only a couple, but with more captains, I feel like you can spread out to more guys, and we get a bigger basis of guys. You know, when there's less guys, it's like, okay, I don't fit with any of those dudes, but now I feel like we have guys that cover all the different aspects of the team.
You guys gonna arm wrestle to see who gets to go out for the coin toss?
Nah, you know, I'd lose that one. No, I'm just kidding. So hopefully not. No.
Slam dunk contest?
Yeah, that'd work. No.
There's so much work that goes into being ready for game week. You guys put in so much work for months and months. What's it like to be at this point now with the game just a couple days away?
It's kind of surprising and surreal. I woke up this morning and, like, after thinking about it for a good 10 minutes, it's like, I can't believe it. We play this week. It's just a couple days away until we're in Arizona. And I don't know, it's just this weird feeling because even though you spend all these months of preparation, it's just totally different to play in a game. And so it kind of all hits you, and it's like, oh, shoot, are we ready? And you know that you're ready, but at the same time, it's like we haven't played in so long. Like, it's a new experience again.
How long have you guys been watching film on Khalil Tate, and what has it shown you, and what can you maybe do to contain him?
I think we've seen quite a bit of film of him, you know, and he's an incredible quarterback, and he's a great runner. And so I think one of the big things for us is just in containing him, doing our assignment and not getting too, I don't know, it's easy to get a little Twitter-pated when you're going in for a sack or something, but he's one of those guys where you gotta break down and remember that don't leave your feet and don't stand straight up. You gotta be down in the stance the whole time.
Do you think he's a capable passer? I mean, we all know about his running ability. Have you seen on film? Is he a capable passer in your opinion?
Yeah, you know, I think he definitely can make the pass if he wants to, and I just think because of his ability to run, he looks to that more. So he can make the pass, but if the option to run is there and the pass isn't as open as he'd like it, I'm sure he'll take off. So it'll be big for us to contain him.
They've got a new coach, obviously, Kevin Sumlin, who's an offensive guy. Have you guys also watched a little bit of film from Texas A&M and his other stops there?
Yeah. In fact, last week we started watching Texas A&M film, and you know he did a great job over there, and so it'll be good for us to get to go against them first.
Watching some Johnny football.
You know, a little bit. No, I wish. Those are fun to watch.
You were here last year for everything. Is this team better, do you think?
Our team?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
After facing the offense all during fall camp, what are your expectations of this offense, particularly going to game one? What do you hope and expect them to see?
I expect a lot out of them because, like you said, going up against them, they're great. And so I expect the offense to just drive that ball and get us a lot of points. And I think they're going to do that. And so I'm excited to see them and for them to show everyone what they've been working on.
Talk about the development of the rest of the D-line starters. I mean, Bracken's listed as a starter. Kairos has continued to improve. Trajan, you got Devon's right behind you. Some of those two deep guys. Just talk about how you've seen their growth.
You know, it's been really great, especially because I've been able to be with them through the summer and all the workouts and whatnot. And it's fun to see guys step up when there's a time to step up, or even if, you know, someone goes down with an injury or maybe there's just something unexpected comes up and someone isn't able to play. It's like, sweet, these other guys are ready. And so it's been it's been really fun for me to see that. Not only because my brother's in the mix, but just because all these guys that I've grown to love are stepping up their game. You want them to succeed.
Talk specifically about Bracken. That might have surprised me maybe more than it would have you, but just talk about his growth and being there in the interior of the D-line.
Yeah, I love Bracken. We call him the juggernaut because he's just one of those bulldog guys. And I remember last year it was kind of you always know how they are, and you just hope that they get that chance. Because sometimes someone is really good, but they haven't quite got the chance yet. And I remember last year the turning point was when he came on, and we were doing like a game with the offensive line where we run a game, and they'd have to block it. So like we're doing an Indian or an Ox, doing twists and whatnot, and Bracken just came out of nowhere and just lit Tijon up, just put him flat on his butt. And that didn't happen to Tijon often, Tijon, he's a dog too, and so I remember that was kind of the turning point where all the coaches were like, oh, this guy's got a little extra juice, and so it's been fun to see him get to where he is now.
Talk about your brother. We've seen just a little bit of him, but he's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, we always say he's going to be the best of us, but he's got to keep working for it. I don't want to make his head too big, but he's got all the tools, and he's got all the help in the world to get there. And so I'm impressed with where he's at, and I think I'm even more excited about the potential he has.
This defense is pretty much predicated on the defensive line being able to do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
How much pressure do you guys feel getting prepared for this season?
I think one of the big things was last year we were all right, but definitely we could have done a lot of things better. I know I could have done a lot of things better, and so there's a ton of pressure. But we don't think of it as like, we don't want to think of it as negative pressure, as, if we don't perform, then then the defense just crumbles. It's more of a pressure of like, we get to be the guys that perform. So if the defense wins the game, then we know we won the game. And so the pressure's on like that. It's a positive pressure that we like.
I think the improvement this year comes from having more experience just with the D-line as a whole, or the extra work that you guys have been putting in with 2 years?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, we've definitely put in more work than we've ever done before, which is great because it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence in, what you've been doing and how you do things. If I showed up to a game and I hadn't done anything in the off season, I'd be nervous. I wouldn't have any confidence at all. It's because I have nothing to back it up. But at the same time, it's also because we're experienced now. Like, with all that extra work comes more and more experience. So it's been great for us.
Whether it's talking to teammates, whether it's talking to coaches, everybody is constantly bringing up the word accountability and how there's just been so much more. How real has that been heading into this year?
Oh, it's been, like, compared to last year, there was some accountability. There's never not any at all, but it's been night and day, at least for me. You have to look at yourself in the mirror after a season like last season and really figure out where your priorities lie and what you're going to do to change it. And so I think but the cool thing was everyone kind of had that moment. It wasn't just a couple guys on the team decide to look in the mirror and say, I need to change. I feel like the entire team, both as a whole and individually, took that and took it to heart and decided, okay, we need to step it up. So that's kind of been the biggest change.
Any other questions?
Hey, thanks, guys.
All 8.
How's it feel to be a team captain?
It's pretty cool to be recognized like that, from your teammates. It's been a long road this off season, just trying to get our team where we want it to be, changing the culture and getting everybody to buy in fully. And it's been great. I felt fall camp went really well for everybody, and you can see the differences, and I feel like it'll translate over to the season.
You're kind of the outlier. There are 8 captains, and you're the only non-senior. Do you feel a little bit, I don't know what the word is, maybe humbled or something to be up there kind of with these seniors?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You never know kind of how your career is going to plan out, if as I came in as a freshman, switching positions from quarterback to receiver, and you just never know. You hope for the best, and you're gonna work your tail off to be somebody that's reliable and then that your teammates can count on, and be a leader and things like that. But you just never know. So, I mean, to be the only junior it is humbling, and to be up there with two guys who were captains last year, Tanner and Butch, and it doesn't happen often to be a junior captain. So, I am humbled, and we'll just take it day by day.
Regardless of, there were multiple positions where there was competition and a battle for spots. How important was that, do you think, and how much do you think that has helped the overall product, that the competition was at such a high level?
Yeah, competition is great. Obviously the big storyline was quarterback, but I mean, we had competition at receiver. There was competition at running back, offensive line, every position. I can hit defense as well, and competition brings the best out of every player, and that's what you want, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's a starter, who's a second string. We're gonna need everybody in that meeting room to contribute in some way or another, and that competition was great. All of us got better, and we'll be ready to go.
Coaches have mentioned several times that you guys have a gigantic chip on your shoulder, just wide receivers as a group. Can you maybe speak to that and what you feel you guys need to prove and what you can prove this year?
I think every position group has a chip. It's not just us. It's just kind of you just play with the chip on your shoulder. You can never be satisfied with a good season. Especially with the bad season. So it's just something that we've just kept in the back of our mind, that we obviously needed to improve from last season, and it started in the off season together, and it's been carrying on, and we're taking this coaching from Coach Fessy and Coach A-Rod and Grimes, and we've been getting a lot better.
What was your reaction when you found out Tanner would be the starter?
I was excited. If it was him, if it was Zach, I knew we could win with both of those guys, and it didn't matter who it was. We were gonna have to rally behind him and be behind him, and I'm just I'm ready to get going this week. It's finally game week. It's finally here. It's been a long time coming. Go back to January. We were doing up downs in the snow, and to now it's been a long journey, but it's been great.
What is it? Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry. What have you seen out of Tanner during fall camp? What's kind of stood out about him to you?
First off, just coming back and fighting back from his injury. Achilles is never an easy thing to come back from, and the way he took it and his positive mindset and positive attitude day in and day out was great to see. Guys seeing him being positive, going through what he was going through, just kind of made everybody have a positive attitude, and that was great to see. And then changing his body, pushing himself to learn the playbook and to be ready to go, for fall camp, being limited in spring with his reps in spring, and all those things together combined just showed his willingness to be a leader for us and to be a senior leader for us, and I'm excited to get to catch passes from him one more year.
What does it say about Zach that not only did he put himself in the position to vie for the starting job and get the backup spot, but also, by all accounts, talking with teammates, won his teammates over as a true freshman? What does that say about him?
It says a lot. 18-year-old kid who comes in, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, straight out of high school, and he doesn't act like it. He has that swagger. He carries himself that way, that he's gonna just play his best and show his teammates that he can make the throws, that he can make the reads, that he can take control of a huddle. It's hard. He's 18. We got guys in the huddle 23, 24, 25, and he's looking them in the eye, telling them, hey, let's get this first down. Just things like that, man. That's what can win a team over, and that's why you ask anybody in the locker room, we were ready for him to be the quarterback or for Tanner to be the quarterback, and we were behind both of them, and we know we could win games with both of them.
Keely Davis has seen his name rise up the depth chart. Excuse me. What has made him have a breakout fall camp in your mind?
I don't know, man. Akile, he's we came in together 2015, and he's worked so hard to just overcome different things that have happened. Him switching positions and switching, going from cornerback back to receiver. Me and him redshirting together, and for him to, he could have easily, maybe checked out or tried to transfer, things like that. But, that's not the type of guy he is, and he put his head down and just kept working and just waited for his opportunity. And his, spring ball, he did really well, and then he continued to grind this summer. And fall camp, man, he was making plays day in and day out, and I'm really excited to see him, finally get his opportunity out there on the field this season.
What challenges particularly do you anticipate from Arizona on Saturday?
First game's always interesting. You watch your film from last season, but you just never know. They could completely switch up what we're watching on film, but we're going to be prepared for everything. Coach Grimes, A-Rod, Coach Vesey, they've all been doing a good job of giving us different looks and just telling us to prepare for everything. So prepare that, and then they got a lot of great players in the secondary that we're looking forward to facing, and it'll be a fun challenge.
How important is it? I mean, every year a good start's important, but this year particularly after the ups and downs and the long off season that you were talking about, how important is it for this offense to get off on the right foot and get that confidence? Yeah,
it's very important. First game we want to come out full speed and just show that we can compete and show that we can just dominate. That's just kind of our motto, just dominate. Be the best executing team in the country, and that's what we want to show. From the first game.
Any other questions? Last couple.
You mentioned doing up downs in the snow in the spring. So you guys obviously held yourselves accountable as players, but also the coaches are holding you guys accountable. Do you feel like this offensive staff has kind of pushed you to be better than you could have been?
For sure. Man, this staff is incredible. Maybe not a lot of big names on the staff. A lot of young coaches, but they know so much, and they push us so hard to be the best that we can be. And it's not just football players; it's young men as well. And it's been great to getting to know these guys over the past few months, and them to be able to know us. And I'm looking forward to continuing to just be with them and learn from them. And we'll be ready to go this season.
You're a Texas guy. Are you expecting to see a little bit of the old A&M when you went up against Arizona's former A&M coach, I guess?
Not sure. Coach Sullivan's a respected guy that always has his teams ready to go. So we just have to match their intensity.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sometimes we do it on purpose, sometimes not. Let's do this at 10 p.m. Yeah, let's release it now. Oh, he's in the car, you can't tweet.